If your erections aren't what they used to be. If your energy feels drained. If you're pulling away from intimacy, not because you want to, but because your body just isn't responding, then listen closely. The cause may not be aging. It could be something much simpler, and much more fixable. A deficiency in 3 specific vitamins your body is quietly begging for. I'm Dr. Naim, from Mohite Kara, a men's health expert with over 30 years of experience helping men over 60 reclaim the vitality, energy, and confidence they thought was lost forever. Here's what most doctors won't say: many older men don't lack desire. They lack circulation, stamina, and hormonal support. And the solution? It usually doesn't begin in a pharmacy. It starts in your kitchen. Today, I'll show you exactly which 3 vitamins every man over 60 needs, and how they can help reignite natural erections, boost testosterone, and restore your energy. Stick with me, because in just a moment, I'll also expose the most dangerous mistake men make when taking these vitamins, and how you can avoid it starting tonight. But first, be sure to hit subscribe and turn on the notification bell so you never miss another life-changing health tip made specifically for men over 60. And if this message resonates with you, type 1 in the comments. If it doesn't, type 0 and let me know how I can make this content even more useful for you. Alright, let's get into it. We start with the most overlooked key to restoring blood flow and natural erections in men over 60. It's something your body once made easily, especially when you were outdoors. But as you get older, levels drop drastically, and so does your energy, circulation, and performance. I'm talking about vitamin D, often called the sunshine vitamin. But for you, it might be the foundation of getting your strength and confidence back. Let me explain why. 1. Vitamin D, the circulation spark plug. I'll never forget a 67-year-old patient named Paul. Sharp, thoughtful, and deeply frustrated. "Doc," he said, "I still want to be close to my wife, but my body just doesn't cooperate." That quiet admission is one I've heard from hundreds of men. And more often than not, the path to getting that spark back doesn't start with a magic pill. It starts with vitamin D. Most people think of it as something kids need for strong bones or something you get from the sun. But in truth, vitamin D plays a critical role in male performance. It's the biological switch that helps your blood vessels expand and deliver oxygen-rich blood throughout your body, especially to the areas that define your masculinity. Without it, circulation suffers, energy tanks, and intimacy becomes more difficult than it should be. Over 40% of adults over 60 are deficient in vitamin D. Even healthy men, who exercise, eat fairly well, and care about their bodies, still find themselves asking, "Why don't I feel like myself anymore?" When vitamin D is low, your body produces less nitric oxide, a molecule essential for blood flow and sexual function. It's not just about sex, it's about stamina, mental clarity, and feeling alive again. The good news: fixing the deficiency is simple. Just 15 to 20 minutes of morning sunlight, eating more salmon, tuna, or fortified dairy, and supplementing with high-quality D3 can radically change how your body performs. I've seen men who could barely finish a short walk around the block suddenly feel energized, confident, and reconnected with their partners again. This isn't guesswork, it's biology. But as powerful as vitamin D is, it's just the beginning. Because even if your blood is flowing, your body still needs the energy to use it. And that's where vitamin number 2 comes in. If you've ever felt tired for no clear reason, this next vitamin may be the missing link. 2. Vitamin B12. The energy generator. A few years ago, I treated a patient named Robert. 72, retired firefighter, proud grandfather. But behind his strong frame, he looked exhausted. "Doc," he said, "I sleep well. I eat right. But I feel like I'm dragging through the day. My brain's foggy, and when it's time to be close with my wife, I just don't have it in me." What Robert was describing is something I see all the time: vitamin B12 deficiency. This vitamin is vital for energy production. Without it, your body can't properly turn food into fuel. So even if you're eating and sleeping well, your system is running on empty. B12 also helps form red blood cells, which deliver oxygen to your muscles, brain, and yes, your sexual organs. When those cells are lacking, everything slows: stamina, focus, even emotional connection. And here's the catch: as you age, your body's ability to absorb B12 from food decreases. Even if you're eating meat, dairy, or eggs, you might still be low. That's why so many older men feel foggy, weak, and tired, even when their basic lab results look normal. The fix? It's surprisingly easy. High-quality B12 supplements, or in some cases, injections, can restore energy, mental sharpness, and the motivation to truly show up in your life. I've seen men go from napping through the afternoon to hiking, laughing, and fully present with their families, just from correcting a deficiency they didn't even know they had. But energy alone isn't enough. Your body also needs protection, something that strengthens blood vessels, lowers inflammation, and helps your testosterone do its job. And that brings us to the third vitamin. It's often called the fertility vitamin, but its effects go far beyond reproduction. Because without it, your circulation and testosterone may already be in decline. Let's take a look. 3. Vitamin E, the fertility defender, to be continued. I remember talking to James, a 70-year-old retired pilot who came to my clinic feeling frustrated and confused. He said, "Doc, I eat clean. I exercise. I do everything right. But lately, something feels off. My drive is gone. I'm not bouncing back like I used to. And honestly, I just don't feel like a man anymore." That hit me hard. Because James wasn't lazy. He wasn't neglecting his health. He was disciplined, proud, and doing all the right things. But he was missing something most doctors never even mention: vitamin E. Now, vitamin E isn't just for fertility or skin health. It's a silent powerhouse for men, especially after 60. It's a natural antioxidant, which means it fights the oxidative stress and inflammation that slowly damage your blood vessels, hormones, and reproductive system as you age. When that inflammation builds, blood flow suffers. Testosterone dips. Energy crashes. It doesn't happen overnight, but it happens steadily. And before you know it, men like James start to lose their edge. What makes vitamin E so critical is its ability to keep your blood vessels flexible and your circulation strong. Because let's be honest, erections aren't just about desire. They're about blood flow. And if blood can't reach the right places, performance takes a hit. But that's not all. Vitamin E also helps your body produce testosterone more efficiently, and that's essential after 60. Low testosterone doesn't just affect the bedroom. It affects your mood, your motivation, your sense of purpose. The good news: restoring vitamin E is simple and natural. A handful of almonds, sunflower seeds, a drizzle of olive oil, or greens like spinach and Swiss chard can do wonders. And if needed, a high-quality vitamin E supplement can fill in the gaps. I've seen men like James return months later with a smile, feeling sharper, stronger, and more alive. Now, you might be wondering, what happens when you combine all three of the key vitamins? Can they work together to boost your results? The answer is yes. In fact, when used properly, these nutrients create a ripple effect that doesn't just help your energy or erections, it transforms how you age. Let's look at how, and why, these three vitamins work better together. Years ago, I worked with a patient named Walter. He was 68, a retired high school coach who always took pride in staying fit and mentally sharp. He'd already been taking vitamin D, then added B12 for fatigue. After I explained the testosterone link, he included vitamin E. But it wasn't until he took all three, consistently and in the right amounts, that something clicked. I remember him walking into my office, grinning ear to ear. He said, "Doc, I don't know what you did, but I feel like I've got a new engine." That's the power of synergy. These vitamins don't just help individually. They amplify each other. Vitamin D boosts nitric oxide, improving blood flow. Vitamin B helps create red blood cells, so more oxygen travels through that improved circulation. Vitamin E protects and nourishes those blood vessels, while supporting testosterone, the fuel for energy and drive. Alone, each one helps. Together, they form what I call the vitality triangle: circulation, energy, and hormonal support, working together. This is crucial as you get older. Because with age, your body doesn't rebound like it used to. Nutrient absorption slows down. Inflammation rises. Recovery takes longer. And one missing piece can throw everything out of balance. But when you bring these three together, in the right way, your body starts to remember how it used to feel. You might wake up more refreshed. Think more clearly. React faster. Not just physically, but emotionally. That quiet confidence returns. And no pill in the world can fake that. Walter wasn't a one-off. I've seen that same transformation in countless men who commit to these nutrients and make them a part of their routine. But here's the problem. Most men never feel that change. Why? Because they're unknowingly making a common mistake that cancels out the progress they're trying so hard to make. And if you're not careful, you might be doing it too. Let's talk about what that mistake is, and how to fix it. The number one mistake most men make. One morning, a man named Gerald came into my office. He was 74, thoughtful, informed, and clearly trying hard to take control of his health. He placed a plastic grocery bag full of supplements on my desk and said, "Doc, I've been taking all of these for months, but I still feel tired, foggy, and honestly, nothing's happening down there." I could hear the disappointment in his voice. And I've heard that story far too often. The most common mistake men over 60 make is assuming that just taking supplements is enough. They grab cheap, synthetic versions from discount stores or random online sellers, assuming all vitamins are the same. But they are not. The form, quality, and dosage matter. They determine whether your body absorbs and uses the vitamin, or just flushes it away. Take vitamin B12. Most generic brands use cyanocobalamin, a form many older men can't even convert properly. What you actually need is methylcobalamin, the active form your body can use right away. Same with vitamin D. D2 is cheaper, but D3 is far more effective. And with vitamin E, many synthetic forms lack the full spectrum your body needs for testosterone and circulation. There's another mistake: inconsistency. Taking a vitamin once or twice a week when you remember won't lead to lasting change. Your body needs rhythm. Daily support. That's how you rebuild energy, restore blood flow, and balance your hormones. This isn't about chasing a quick fix. It's about creating a solid foundation. When Gerald upgraded to better quality supplements and began taking them consistently, the difference was night and day. Within a month, he told me he was sleeping better, waking up with more energy, and in his words, feeling like a man again. That shift didn't come from trying harder. It came from doing things the right way. Now that you know what works and what to avoid, the next step is putting it all together. You might be wondering, how do I actually make this part of my daily life without it getting complicated? That's exactly what we're going to cover next. A simple, realistic routine any man can follow to boost energy, performance, and vitality every single day. Let's build your plan. Step 6. Your daily vitality routine. When I work with older men, one of the first things they often ask me, usually with a mix of hope and hesitation, is, "Doc, just tell me what to do each day." I don't need complicated. I just need something that works. And that's a question I truly respect. Because at this stage of life, most men aren't chasing trends. They want stability, simplicity, a plan they can rely on to feel strong again. So let me introduce you to Frank, a 66-year-old former carpenter who came to me after months of dealing with low energy, restless sleep, and fading confidence in the bedroom. We didn't flip his life upside down. We built a simple, powerful routine, based on the vitamins we've discussed, and it changed everything. Every morning, Frank started his day with a full glass of water and his B12 supplement, taken with a protein-rich breakfast. After breakfast, he'd take a short walk, just 15 minutes in the sun, to naturally boost vitamin D. On cloudy days or during winter, he used a high-quality D3 supplement with his first meal. For vitamin E, a handful of almonds or sunflower seeds did the trick, plus a drizzle of olive oil on his lunchtime salad. That was it. No extreme diets. No hour-long workouts. Just small, intentional choices. Within weeks, Frank told me he had more energy to play with his grandkids, more desire to be close to his wife, and a sense of confidence that had quietly slipped away over the years. He didn't feel younger. He felt stronger, more grounded, more like himself. The truth is, you don't need a dozen pills or a complicated schedule. What you need is rhythm, the right nutrients, in the right forms, and a mindset that says, I'm still in control of my health. Because you are. As we wrap up, I want to leave you with one final message, something every man over 60 needs to hear, but rarely does. If you've ever wondered whether it's too late to feel strong, desirable, and fully alive again, the answer may surprise you. Let's talk about that. Conclusion. If you've made it this far, allow me to speak to you, not just as a doctor, but as a man who's spent over 30 years sitting across from men just like you. Men who've lived full lives. Who've worked hard. Raised families. Built legacies. Men who now quietly ask themselves, why doesn't my body feel like it used to? That question isn't weakness. It's strength. It means you're still fighting, still searching for the energy, the confidence, the connection that makes life meaningful. And I deeply respect that. We've talked about 3 essential vitamins. Vitamin D, the circulation spark plug that opens blood vessels and restores blood flow where it matters most. Vitamin B12, the energy generator that fuels your brain, muscles, and stamina. Vitamin E, the fertility defender that protects your heart, supports testosterone, and keeps your system running smoothly. But knowing their names isn't the real power. Living them is. These nutrients don't just support your body. They support your identity, your confidence, your presence in your relationship, your ability to wake up and feel like you again. I've seen it happen too many times to doubt it. And I've watched men who thought their best years were behind them find a second wind and change everything. So what now? That part's up to you. You can walk away and let this knowledge sit. Or you can act. You can give your body what it's been quietly asking for. You can take that morning walk. Take your supplements with intention. Say yes to your health and to your future. Because here's what I know without a doubt. It's not too late. Not even close. You still have time to feel stronger. To reconnect. To be the man you know you are, fully, boldly, and without apology. And you've already taken the first step by being here. Now it's time to take the next one. If this video spoke to you, if it helped or gave you something to think about, don't keep it to yourself. Hit the like button so we know this content is reaching the men who need it. Share it with a friend, a brother, or anyone who needs to hear this message. And if you've got a moment, leave a comment below. Let me know what resonated with you most, or what topic you want me to cover next. Your voice helps shape this space. If you'd like to support the channel and help us keep creating content for men over 60, consider making a small donation. Every contribution goes toward better research, better production, and reaching more men who need it. You're not just watching. You're becoming part of a movement. And I'm honored to have you here. Take care of yourself, and I'll see you in the next video.